Hello. And
Hello.
welcome.
Hello.
Yeah.
Welcome to this devstream.
Yeah,
Hello.
it's that time of year again.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and this time we're actually a few more people on the devstream than normal. Normally
Yes.
it's just Joe and me. This time we also have Captain Bouquet and Slayer, because they know a bit more about this release than me in some areas.
Exactly.
Indeed. So,
All of you know more than me, so I'm here as a tourist, basically.
yeah, and that's always the format of these streams. We show we show Fat Joe what we've been working on the last, in this case, 2 years. Well,
Yes.
actually longer, realistically.
Yes.
But anyway, just to get this out of the way, what is this about? We will be releasing our 2.6 version of Forgotten Orb 2 on Friday the 13th, a very lucky day, of course, and we will be releasing it basically through our launcher, so if you already have it, you don't need to download anything else. Will just come down automatically when you launch the game.
Mm-hmm.
Just to go over what will be in this release really quickly, we have in here basically 4 new maps, but what's more important, 3 of these new maps are a completely new theater, namely the French theater 1940 in the spring 1940. Actually, all the 3 French maps are set on the same day, May 15th, 1940, so we will release 2 days before that, ironically. And today we want to show off our new faction, which is the French faction, and the 3 new French maps. The 4th map, Operation Mars, you can check out on my YouTube channel in big detail.
All right. Great. So I noticed here immediately that you are all looking very fancy. So we got new player models.
Yeah, one thing we should probably say, I just said we have a new faction, the French one. It's actually more like we have 3 new factions, or arguably 4, because the French army back in 1940 was not that standardized. And so on every single of our new maps, you will be able to play kind of a different version of that French army with different player models and also different equipment. And I'm pretty sure Captain Bouquet and Slayer will be able to tell you about the player models on this map.
All right.
Yes,
So-
these are the chasseurs, right?
Yeah, chasseurs portés. So, 5e bataillon de chasseurs portés. That's actually French mechanized light infantry, to be simple.
Mm-hmm.
It was specially designed to follow the Division Cuirassée de Réserve, so the AV armored divisions, which was held back in the Ardennes area.
Right.
Yep.
And it used those vehicles you can see behind Joe, behind the B1 base. Yeah.
Yeah, this is of course arguably the coolest vehicle we will be releasing, the B1B heavy tank, which has way more
Looks
cannons
amazing.
than most tanks.
Yes. Looks amazing. Looks stunning.
Yeah.
And this is the French heavy tank. It has a turret with a smaller gun, and the big gun in front, the 75 mil, it's a bit like the early desert tanks. So it has a turret that can turn around, and the gun in front is fixed. So you have to turn the vehicle in order to aim the gun.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you have the turret ready for anti-tank duties and the visor ready for blowing up pillboxes, etc.
Yeah. Note
Makes sense.
that it is actually a lot harder than in the normal tanks to aim this gun, because I don't think it actually has horizontal traverse. The one.
I think in real life it was like 1 degree.
Oh,
But
1 degree,
you also had some complicated system to set it quite on spot, just centimeters by centimeters.
Indeed. Yeah. So one other thing I maybe want to mention, not only the player models, as I said, are different between each map. If you look at the spawn menu, you can actually see this is basically the creme de la creme, to use a French word, pronounced in a German way here, of the French army.
It was quite fine.
Yeah, good.
So
Good job.
they use all the latest gear, and this is kind of the best equipped version of the French army. As we go through the maps, you will see that each spawn menu will actually look different with different rifles available. So yeah, that is another big difference between these maps.
We're gonna
And,
spawn as Grenadier, just to see the mass.
Yeah, the Grenadier is actually kind of a special thing for the French because fans will notice that normally you have an assault kit in there with a submachine gun. Now on this map the French actually can get a submachine gun, but normally they don't because back then they didn't use submachine guns heavily. So instead they get a specialized Grenadier kit with extra grenades in this slot. And the Germans actually don't have any Grenadier kits at all, so they don't have any rifle grenade equipment in 1940.
Right.
Yeah. The French squad was really designed around the machine gun and the grenadier. So all the other soldiers in the section was either helping the grenadier or helping the machine gunner.
Right.
Yep.
I will take the machine gun. Wait.
One thing you probably also notice is that we have some new third-person animations, and I think that also includes stuff like going prone, which will look a lot cooler now. I don't know all the details here, but McCloskey did a great job here, so that now, depending on the direction where you walk, I think it actually plays different prone animations, stuff like that. I think that will really increase the visual quality of our mod.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that looked good.
Yeah, bumping on your bum.
Yes. Oh, that looks awesome. Good job.
Yeah, this is not applied to all the guns, but many of the normal rifles will play that now, so that will look a lot cooler.
Yes.
So,
Here's the machine gun.
Yeah, all the French classes have the French terms for the names for the classes, like in other factions there's usually an English translation or sort of, but here we have the éclaireur, for example. It just means the recon guy, and the tireur is it's gunner. So it's a bit more focused on the French in that way.
Yeah, makes sense.
yeah. So, what I would say we can do now is go to the next map, which is Stonne, which is very historically accurate and has a lot of detail. And Captain Bouquet actually made that map, and I'm pretty sure he can give us a nice overview here. And while we're loading and switching the map on the server, we can also maybe answer some questions from the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. I think I said Stonne next already. Yeah, okay. Here we go.
Yeah, you can see the new hut also in play,
Oh, yeah.
giving you some information there in the bottom. Very solemn music. Yeah, if you have any questions, throw them at us.
Yep.
Great to see the French flag finally in the game.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah,
And
it's been a while.
without spoiling too much, I think there will be many more flags that will be added down there in the course of the next years.
Without spoiling too much. Sure.
Many more.
Master spoiler is forever.
Yeah,
Setting the bar high.
We have developers in the stream, on the chat in the stream. So if you have any questions, we have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the song we are hearing one right now is one of Chevalier, a famous French singer, and the song is about the diversity of French soldiers, since it was conscripts, active units, etc.
Oh, okay.
But just they are all fighting, to defend France, whatever they think, whatever the politics, etc.
Right.
Yeah, really fits with with our variety of French soldiers. Yeah. Will there be maps for co-op as well? Actually, yes. We didn't plan to do that, but our beta testers made co-op versions of every single new map. So all the 4 new maps will have bots. We tried them out. They don't crash so far as we can tell. At least I haven't managed to make them crash. So yeah, that works. Let's all spawn at the church. By the way, I think that's the best idea probably. Or did you want to show something else first?
No, let's go with the church.
All right.
You will give the tempo tonight.
I don't know where the church is. You guide me.
Notre Dame de Stone. It's the far right
It's the far right.
spawn point.
Looks a little weird there. Yeah, okay. We.
And as you can see from the spawn menu, the weapon loadout is different, including having weapons that are not available on the other map. So really, you have more than one French faction in that.
Right. We got a question. How long did the research phase take?
Research phase.
Yeah.
For the map?
Yeah.
Stone was started in 2010, 2011, so you get an idea
Yeah.
how long it takes.
There was probably a big pause in there, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. But I think Flavion is a better example for research time and map making time.
Yeah, although to be
than
honest,
stuff.
Flavion, which was made by me, is not as meticulously researched as this one. Basically, the idea behind Flavion was Kretzer had made the Panzer 38T, the German Czech tank, and that is the problem with that tank is it's a famous one and associated with the 1940 campaign, but it actually wasn't used that much and was only used by some specific units. So I looked for a battle where I could use that tank and the French tanks we already had, and then I made a battle roughly about that. So it wasn't kind of the same kind of project as the Stone was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
It was a bit easy to do the research phase because we found a thesis made by a Frenchman called Thierry Monet. We will talk about that later. But sometimes you really have to dig into archives, etc. That was not the case for the third French map. Stone, it was a bit of doing the map, make more research, changing stuff, etc., etc.
All right.
Yeah, the question: any Easter eggs in the new maps? I mean, we could tell you, but we would have to kill you. Are there special weapon kits? Well, yeah, every FAQ map has special weapon kits, but we won't show them here. By the way, okay, maybe I'm wrong, but if you come over here, didn't we at some point talk about doing writing names on that here?
Yeah, there is, but not in the war memorial. Just here.
Okay. Okay. Let's go into the church.
Yeah, these are our fallen developers.
Yeah.
We had an event last year to commemorate them as we lost Armandace and Chat 509. All in the same year, which blew. So yeah, thanks for everybody to join in that event. That was great.
Yeah, and they're also memorialized in the great new stone church static here, which was made by Captain Bouquet for the map. And maybe you can tell us a bit about this static here.
Yeah, of course. So maybe some of the guys in the Twitch know already the map stone on Postscriptum. Our mapstone was started in 2010-11 by Snooks. Then he gave us to me and Stefan to pursue the task and finish it. The church, I started it in 2012 on SketchUp, so it was not really a good idea.
Yeah.
And I only had one photo. I've contacted the Stone Town Hall at the time. They sent me 2 photos of the church, but destroyed, so it was not really the case. To do this, for the map, I really wanted to depict the village in the process of being destroyed, not fully leveled, but not fully intact. And Set Soldier, the guy who did most of our French rifles, managed to gather some informations. For example, some 2 plans of the 19th century, and also some photos from the outside, some old postal cards, and 1 photo of the inside during World War I, where the Germans used this church as a ammunition depot, etc.
All right.
So
Wow.
I had to do a bit of composition, you know. So for example, what you see here, the altar,
I went off.
etc.
Give me a second.
Yeah, he was in the church tower looking for a sniper rifle at the
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, for example, this area, the nave is really like the photo where the Germans stand. If you get outside the church, right there, where I am,
Yeah.
you can find really those postal cards with the church standing like that,
Yeah.
the cock mast, the war memorial, and the town hall behind.
Hmm.
But otherwise, that was really all I had to make the church. So Tom started it, and then he gave it the project to me, and so I tried to compose with what I had in trying to make some details about the architectural elements like the carpentry, the pillars, etc.
Right. Well, excellent job. Looks fantastic.
Yeah. Generally speaking, Stone will, I think, be one of the highlights of this release because it's that kind of map that people really like, where you have planes, you have tons of different tanks, you have infantry areas. So I think this will be the one where the new French content really shines.
Yeah, I see in the stream that the church doesn't exist today. Yeah, it was really destroyed during the battle, and a new one was made in 1957.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one doesn't stand anymore.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, excellent work.
So you already made the visit in the tower, etc. Petro?
I did not go all the way up. I'll leave that for all
go all the way.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah.
I think I will stay outside. I'm a bit claustrophobic and so many people in there, I don't know.
Yeah. That's why people can notice that I've also tried to do like a wooden staircase. In most of our churches, we have a stone staircase where you don't really see what's up and what's down. Now you can really can even fire through the wood planks, etc., to try to kill people.
That makes sense.
Through the planks. Yeah.
Yeah, the sniper rifle is looking good.
Yeah. Yep.
Of course, Joe is always drawn to the sniper rifle.
Oh yeah. Seen on the stream from yesterday as well, the public stream.
Yeah, that sniper rifle is the Libelle, which is the most common one in our maps. There's also a really rare one, the Berthier with a scope, but that's only on a different map.
Yeah. Libelle was really preferred for the, even if it was outdated, really preferred for the Grenadier kit. It was more robust to withstand the recoil for the grenade, the grenade VB system, and also it was still precise to at that time.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Yeah. Just to conclude, the shape of the town is really depicting what will be stone between the 15th and the 16th of May. So not really leveled, but not really well intact.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense. There are a lot of houses still standing.
Yep, indeed. What we maybe could also take a look at, because I know there have been, or there are always some flyboys here, maybe we can take a look at the French plane, which you will actually be able to use on this. Yep. So maybe let's kill ourselves and go to the far north.
Yeah.
Take a look at some. It's
So
a French
H1.
plane here.
Yep.
Ooh.
It actually has a stork on there, so it probably brings babies as well.
Yeah. So Matt Baker did the. No, it was Kreitzer. No. Yes. Who
Yeah,
did? Who
I
did
don't know.
the plane? It was. I don't remember.
Somebody's gonna ping us on the chat
Yeah,
to
maybe
tell
write
us.
it in the chat, but I think wasn't it Herc or some
I
relatively
think it
old
was.
there?
I'm checking right now.
I don't know.
It looks amazing.
Moran Saunier.
So he did a lot of comos also for that plane. So it's Moran Saunier 406, armed with 7.5 MGs and one 20mm gun in the motor actually.
Yeah, I was right. Flippy wrote it down. Herc made it.
Yeah.
Right.
So he also made some other camos, but you will only see this one for the release.
Yeah, although I think don't we have even like a Vichy French camo that we could use maybe in the future?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's certainly possibilities where we still could go.
For example, in Operation Torch or Syria, Lebanon, etc.
Yeah, Syria sounds good. That sounds like something somebody like me would do, something really obscure.
Makes sense.
Yep. And you also have the quite unique gun for the French army in any video game, I think, which is 25mm autocannon AA gun.
Nice.
Yeah.
That
It was-
apparently was really hard to animate, right?
It was quite complicated, yeah, because you have a multitude of multiples arms and levers to animate.
Right.
Yeah, I heard Stuffan lost quite a bit of hair over that one.
So yeah, you have the gunner actually aiming through the sight, and you will have some mates using what's on top of the gun to calculate the speed and the direction of the plane, and that way it will modify the sight for the gunner, and the gunner will shoot on target.
Impressive.
Yeah.
It is quite a complicated asset for an AA gun. Something that
Yep.
many people would probably not even think about because it's more in the background. But yeah.
Yeah.
Also note how there's a lot of different historically accurate ammo boxes and other props around it, which were also made for this release. Many of the new French guns that we have come with these props.
Love the details. As
Yeah,
always.
and also the French fuel. It's not Kraftstoff here. It's
Yeah.
poudre cake.
Nice. Yeah, the French fuel was the logistic was still the powder stuff. So you
Right.
have powder in French noted. Poudre.
Yeah. Somebody just mentioned also FH2 glove debut. Well, first of all, no, because the American player models in the Ardennes sometimes has gloves. But
These gloves
Americans
look
are
more
always-
beefy somehow.
Yeah, those are special models. I think these are scout troops, right? Infantry
It's
scouts.
It's a
yeah,
pi-
it's
it's the
cavalry
pilot kit.
units made as scouts for the regular infantry division. So it's GRDI, donc groupement de reconnaissance de division d'infanterie. You will also have those units for army corps, so GRCA, groupement de reconnaissance de corps d'armée.
Yeah, Slayer, the player model of Slayer is that infantry, and you can see he has big gloves. Anyway, somebody just asked in the chat, first of all, from where you got the side pictures of that gun. That's actually a good question, because we did a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, it it was quite complicated because there was little to no info. There is one museum in France which just opened 1 year ago at FIM, so it's in the Marne region, and they have the type of gun, but not the sight. So it was really quite a task to find the way. And we had one of our new beta tester, Yarnere, who is kind of taking time to do the research, buying all site, etc. And he bought one, this one.
Yeah,
so
it was an original site that went wrong. So probably the first time that has been in any video game. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
No, you can say it.
You can safely say that.
Yeah. By the way, this gun is will be used by the Japanese army. They will make an exact copy of this gun.
Really?
And use it on their boats, etc. With dual mounts or quad mounts.
Another question: Can we show them the artillery? And yeah, I think this map, as I said, it's a huge map. It also has artillery.
Yeah.
Where's the artillery?
At the main base of the French, the one with the red circle, I think, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly there because why not?
Okay, he's gonna die.
Nah, I'm a good pilot. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Famous last words.
Oh yeah.
Try to shoot it out with my Kami. Oh, here he comes.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, I
Hey.
hit him.
Wow, you hit me.
Yep. But he has a great rifle.
All right. Anyway.
I hope you have the pilot kit still. Press
Yes.
9 as often as possible, you know it.
But I just jumped out right in the
Oh, yeah.
in the leaving the combat area, so just unlucky there, and yeah, I don't know.
Task failed successfully.
Yeah, so good job as always.
Okay.
Oh yeah, ooh, we have so many things to look at.
Yeah, I don't think we will be able to look at everything, but I mean, it's going to come out on Friday. You can check it out then.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, since they asked about the artillery, I think the French artillery on all our maps is the 75mm gun here.
Yeah, nice. Yep. And this works exactly like before.
Gun, but it's still doing great. Not really as artillery at that time. Because it has really short elevation range due to the type of mount. The French tried to modify the way the mount was made, but not in time for mass production in World War II.
Right.
They also have had bigger calibers, of course, like 105, 155, etc., etc.
But now we will have those.
Yeah.
So, I would say, what we can do still here, we can talk a bit about Bilot's Wild Ride, and then maybe look at some new German stuff, and then we can go to the third French map, which is actually, as of now, unannounced.
Well, it was in the trailer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, but what's the trailer, right? Who watches these anyway? It's all about streaming now, YouTube's dead. So, yeah. Anyway, Bilot's Wild Ride, we have two shabby ones here. Eagle-eyed viewers will see that they look different than the one on Flavion. They have different camos, which are, if you want the details on that, there's a dev blog available on that. I don't think we should go into that much detail here. But can you maybe just quickly tell us about what this is about in Stone?
Yeah, so in Stone there was the 3rd DCR, which was composed of two battalions, two brigades, battalions of heavy tanks and two battalions of light tanks. So
both of which are of course available.
Yeah. So for example, this one is a light tank. It's a
H39.
Yeah, exactly. With short barrels. There was also long barrels for this. And here we have the B1 bis which was Captain Bilot tank. And here, the Requevir, the Beyond Beast, more
cool.
famous as Butcher of Stone, which saw action on May the 17th. Bilot did his ride on May the 16th at early in the morning.
Oh, okay.
And
So
so,
much detail here.
yeah, you can see the marking. It's quite
Yes.
quite interesting because there is a new thought about what was the markings on the turrets. Some months ago, what everyone thought is that the beyond the turret it was like 2 green pads and a big A.
Mm-hmm.
But recently we are getting more that it was surely blue, white and red flag on the back, and those will serve as a radio indicator. So here it's the leader, so there is no info but the letter A. But for example, the first tank would get a little dot on the top right of the flag. The second would get 2 indicators, etc., etc.
Right. Okay. Cool.
You should maybe mention, so he drove through Stone. How many tanks did he knock out?
13.
That's pretty
13
good.
tanks.
Yeah, that's a pretty good KD right there. So
Really
if
impressive.
Yeah,
anyone wants to beat that.
and at the end of the ride, he will have 140 impacts on his tank, and still working. He also destroyed 2 anti-tank guns.
Oh,
Although, of course, back then the German anti-tank guns were the 37mm, the Heeresanklopfgerät or the army door knocker, because the only thing you could do is knock on the tanks and hope somebody opened up. Yeah. But yeah, generally speaking, there's a question here: how much GB will the new update have? I'm not sure, but I'm gonna say this: I don't think there's a single archive we haven't messed with, so I think it will just be the whole thing will be re-downloaded again. Just think of it, maybe like, yeah, it will be a lot.
Yeah.
But you'll get some days ahead, right?
Yeah.
I absolutely love this tiny little thing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that has been in the mod for a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So-
actually already on Pegasus Bridge, but as a captured weapon for the Germans.
And with big rockets in the back. So.
Yeah.
So that's a armored carrier for the French infantry division. It can it has a trailer, can tow light 80 tank gun.
Not in game, sadly, yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
We are.
Yeah,
we
and
are
so it was also
a lot
kind
of
of a death trap. You can see the armored domes on top of the carrier. If the carrier flips, you're stuck inside. You can't get out, and you got all the fuel, all the batteries, fluids, etc.
No.
Going over you, and you die in the process.
No.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
seems like a slight design for.
Yeah.
Super small vision slits as well.
Yes.
Yeah, probably not the best job in the French army right there. But yeah, as you can see, there's ammunition in the back, so this also works as in-game as like an ammunition vehicle, basically. And I mean, for those purposes, it seems pretty good because it's so small. Normally, the problem with the ammunition vehicle is that everybody shoots at you because you're an easy kill. At least with this one, you can hide behind the tank you're resupplying. So to me, that makes a lot of sense. Anyway,
even small walls.
or even small walls, yeah. Anyway, I think let's go to the German base, look at some new German stuff real quick, and then show off the final unshown or almost unshown map.
Sounds good.
Just the main German base. By the way, if you can see the German spawn menu right now, you will notice that this is like the earliest version of the Germans we have so far. So you don't get any rifle grenade equipment, obviously no Panzerfaust or anything, but you don't even get like anti-tank rifles because the one from Africa was actually just being introduced in this time period. So it's a really early kind of version of the German infantry.
I can see a question about the 75 mm gun as 80 or no or not. It will be only an artillery piece on the 2.6.
Yeah, in the future we
moment.
might add it as
Yeah.
an anti-tank gun as well, depending on the scenario we want to do.
Makes
So, yeah.
sense.
Also, of course, cool here, all the German vehicles with the early war brown and grey.
And
Isn't the
also
brown-
historical camos. Also.
Yeah, isn't the brown camo thing some new information, or relatively new information?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is it new? I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen that in like modeling threads a while ago.
Yeah,
so
could be.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but
but
yeah,
modeling threads are kind of nerdy. A bit like in FH2 though. But
One-
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go on.
Okay, one thing I really love are we, of course, have the normal APCs that we always have, but it's the early version, and back then the Germans hadn't figured out yet that it's better to have like an armored shield in front of the light machine gun, so now instead you have sandbags there. It's kind of like a field expedient, and I think there's even one, the other one doesn't have anything, so that crew hasn't wised up yet or hasn't found enough sandbags yet.
Oh, that's. I like that detail. That's good.
Yeah, one more thing about the camo is that when you're watching old pictures from 1940, then most of them are black and white, and the shade of brown is actually kind of comparable to the shade of gray. So from a distance, it looks like it's one plain color, but if you really have the picture in your hand, you can sometimes make out different shapes.
That's
And
interesting.
And also, it's kind of
Never noticed
contrasted.
that.
And if you see like a destroyed vehicle, it's all burned. So yeah, it's really
Yeah, that
difficult
makes
to
even
tell.
harder. Although I have to say, like in terms of camouflage, this seems kind of stupid. I mean, it doesn't really work, does it? You know, it doesn't, because it's not green, and it doesn't really break up the vehicle's outline either, because there's no contrast. So what's really the
They
point?
sort of stick out.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It seems like a stupid idea all throughout, but I mean that's what they did. So
Maybe they were hoping for some overcast days with a lot of clouds.
yeah, I think I read somewhere that the idea is that it would blend in if you parked it in the shadow of trees and stuff, which I'm not sure. I mean, maybe. I don't think.
Makes sense.
Anyway, what we should do now, I think, is go to the third French map, not shown
Yeah,
so far,
let's go.
La Orgne or something like that. I don't speak French.
Yeah.
La Orgne.
What he said. I'm gonna set that next,
All right.
and then
Loving
we
the
will
bike.
show that. Did he flip it again?
Almost.
Yeah, there's no button. Land. So if you have any questions, the best time to ask them, because we're gonna load the next map.
Yeah, it always takes a while. Yeah, I love the shot here that you're showing. You know, similar position from that photo.
Yeah, you reworked German uniforms into M36 without Y straps. Good job. Yeah, apparently we did. I didn't know that, but yeah, cool.
Yeah, Matt Baker did it. He tried to.
Oh yeah, right, he did that.
Yeah. It was announced 1 year ago, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Halloween or something like that.
Yeah, and on Ston they also have the Großdeutschland armband, which
Yeah.
that unit had. I don't know, maybe you saw it in that.
Yeah, the assault kit has it with the MP38.
So yeah, this what we're loading right now, La Orgne, the final French map, which will be shown officially in the news update, like today.
Yeah.
Was made by La Hire and Captain Bouquet, mostly La Hire, I think. A newcomer to the FH2 mapping scene, I think it's safe to say. And yeah, pretty cool map. Let's take a look.
There we go.
Let's spawn at the church again. Church is always best.
Churches, always.
And also try to take the different models.
Yeah, I'll do the Éclaireur again.
I will be the squad leader.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
all over the place. Here we are. Here's Slayer.
Aye.
And as you can see from the
It's amazing.
spawn menu again, a different version of the French with carbines this time because we're cavalry.
Ah, cool. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the church. Pretty small church, especially compared to Stone.
Oh wow. But I
It
like
was a
you know
big scale, though.
two new churches in this game, which is collecting a bit of collection of churches.
The church still exists to this day. This
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yep, this one's still there. And there's a little surprise inside as well, which is historically accurate as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think I found the surprise. It's also featured in the trailer.
Ah, yeah, right. Forgot about that.
So maybe we can give some details on the
Yeah.
map. So we are west of Sedan, just one day after the Germans really consolidated their breakthrough at Sedan.
It's again May 15th, like the other maps as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And here we have the 1st Panzer Division driving westward, and not really expecting something there. The French High Command really bring back some troops from Belgium or from the reserve to try to stop what was going on there, because there was really no one to stop the Germans here.
Mhm.
And we have the 3rd Spy Brigade, 3e Brigade de Spy, which are light cavalry units, kind of North African and French soldiers. So we have in the 3rd Brigade we have Moroccans and Algerians, and also Pieds Noirs, so soldiers from French descent who lived in North Africa, and also French soldiers. And you can see their stuff here.
Yeah.
Kind of unique compared to others.
Yeah, and
And-
the faces as well, of course, look more North African.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah. And they have really little to defend this town. They have some MGs, a few AT guns, and that's all.
Yeah.
Some mortars also, but yeah. So no tanks, no big artillery, just MGs, barricades.
Well, I mean, they had
At the
tanks. We should
Right.
look at the tanks that they had. As you can see, these were really, really useful, the tanks that they had, as anti-tank obstacles. So yeah, that's how they used the only tanks, because those were World War I era FT-17 tanks, so not that useful, but you know, you can block a road with them.
Sure. They're hard to move.
Yeah, so there are three barricades with FTs on this map.
Okay.
This one is kind of special because it had a gun. You can note also that the gun was scuttled, and it's way back in the mount. The spy took the ammo which was on this tank to use it on the gun which was in the church. Yeah, to fight off the German.
Sorry for interrupting you. Somebody asked to show off the animation of the rifle you're holding, Fat Joe. I think we haven't shown that one yet. Even me, I haven't leaked it.
Yeah.
Just shoot a bit. Somebody said,
Yeah, it looks
wait,
amazing.
there was a driving FT-17 in the trailer. No, I don't know where you get that information from. As you can see, these are completely unusable and destroyed, sadly.
Yeah, this is aesthetic.
Yeah.
But Bocquier has a saber
Yeah,
because
some
of
the-
the cavalry origin of the unit.
Yeah, the officers get sabers and some kids as well, I think.
Yeah, because we said why not?
Because it's a saber, I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a reason for that.
the saber is still in use in the French army for ceremonial parade, etc. On Bastille Day, you can see the Garde Républicaine holding those.
Wow, nice.
Yep.
Yeah,
Really
looks
sweet stuff.
looks great.
And of course, the faces of the Moroccan soldiers, I think, are from Battlefield 2, but
Yes.
changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some stuff had to be added because it was not complete.
Yeah, the geometries was really bulked. The texture was not really detailed, and it was really looking like a modern soldier. So I tried to, make the beards, the mustaches a bit fancier.
Yeah, that's no problem. Yeah, and today in the gaming sector, it's very fashionable. People always complain about SJWs and so on. So we thought, we want to do that as well. We want to include some minorities as well for a change to get on that hype train. So yeah, that's also part of it, of course.
2.6, the moustache update.
Yes. All right, this is looking great.
Yeah. Also, what we added, actual charges with a bayonet.
Oh, yeah.
New third-person animations, and I think this is added to all the bayonets. So it looks more scary when somebody runs towards
Yeah.
that.
Definitely does. I'm an avid Bayonet user, so yeah, it sounds good. Is that applied to other classes as well, like
Yeah.
other armies?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's pretty standardized.
All of them, yeah, great.
Yeah, and
Makes
also
it work.
it depends also of the length of the weapon.
Right.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Does
know
the-
that.
Yeah, there is
Somebody's asking,
multiple-
does the saber have some range? Doesn't have the same range? Wow. Okay. Yes. It does.
A little bit.
Well, that was really close. I'm gonna forgive you for that team kill, though.
Thank you.
Feeling gracious.
Actually, if you want to try it out, Joe, I think this kit here has it, maybe. This carbine kit with
Yes,
the
it does.
M1919. Yeah, okay.
Engage.
You can have a sword fight.
Yeah, sadly that doesn't work. That would be cool. Like a lightsaber type sword fight.
Yeah, if you put God, that would be nice, but yeah, that's FH2 still.
Yeah.
I see yours is as big as mine.
Where are you? I'm gonna team kill you
Wait,
for that.
I will spawn with another
Oh yeah.
player model. We still haven't shown all the. I should have a mustache, right?
You
Yeah.
have a mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Amazing new
Great.
mustache technology.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Looks great.
So yeah, I thought it would really be a shame if we depict like a colonial unit without actually using faces and uniforms for them. Just making them French will be kind of off and low tier.
Yeah, right.
That's true. We need to go that extra mile with our stuff.
Yes. I love the idle animations that are popping up here, where you're just holding the rifles. You can see those in the trailer as well. It just looks fantastic. It changes everything basically in terms of there you go. There's a PS4 ever in the stance. It looks great. Yeah, overall this update, I'm super excited for this update.
Yeah, it's gonna be great stuff.
Yeah.
New HUD, new faction, new
HUD is
maps,
amazing.
new
Great
weapons,
job by PC.
new vehicles,
New game modes.
new game mode.
New game mode?
Yeah,
I didn't.
you're not reading the.
Are we spoiling now,
the
or-
devlogs by Pozo.
No, okay. What's the new game mode?
So
Oh,
you
yeah,
have
right, yeah.
the dynamic OOBs. So, for example, in sector push maps, etc., where the sector locks for the attackers and the defenders, and so the enemy can't stay in a sector they do not hold anymore.
Right.
For example, you also have some objective ticket maps, etc. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will focus the team on the part of the map where the fighting actually has to happen. So no.
Maybe we can just make a quick run around on the map and.
Yeah, let's look around.
Maybe we can find more FT tanks. Maybe one of them will move. Who knows?
No, I'm stuck. There we go.
Well, here's another barricade at least.
Yeah, that's actually also a new static, right?
Yeah. So it was. So as I said before, we based our research on Thierry Bonnet's thesis on this battle. It's really an in-depth research book on it. You can find it on the internet. I will maybe put the link somewhere in the Discord, etc. And he put a lot of details, for example, which type of barricade they were, the photos, etc., etc. So, for example, a lot of the places on Laon are really looking alike how it was in real life in 1940. For example, this farm, you have a picture with the dung pile, etc.
Right.
So 2.6 now with historically accurate dung piles.
Yes.
You also have one more barricade FT there, which is MG FT.
Okay.
With more modern than in World War One. So it's FT-31 with the same kind of machine gun the other tanks in the French army in 1940 have.
Right.
And you can also know the historically accurate road signs.
Road signs.
Yes.
Of course, those can't miss.
The new obsession of Forgotten Hope 2. Not only churches, but also road signs.
Yeah,
Good.
that kind of stuff. Always nice.
Yeah. Oh, looks great.
This map, gameplay-wise, is quite interesting because if you look at the map, there's 4 flags. Now, the churches was more than the others, and that's actually explained on the mini-map as well, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So you need, as a German, church and one additional flag turn, the bleed, or you have to surround the church, basically, and capture all the others and trap them in the church. And that's how you win. That's kind of the layout here, so together with the barricades, that really makes you feel as a French like you're surrounded and in like a makeshift fortress with panzers all around, and you're trying to hold them out.
Yeah, that's also how the battle went in real life. The town got surrounded by the Germans.
Right.
So yeah, and they will actually get some help from tanks, but sadly not from the FT-17s. These are static.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, there was supposed to be like a reinforcement at the end of the day for the space. Some H-35, H-39 unit, but they never came.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe in part because it was a colonial unit, but maybe
No.
it was just a fuck up.
Maybe because there were no coordination at all in this area.
Okay, yeah, that could also be the case.
Yes. That would,
What is that?
influence it.
What is that old thing that people say? Never attribute to malice what can be explained by incompetence.
Ah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. For you, by the way.
Nice. I'm not gonna team kill you. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Walk in front of me though. I don't want you.
Yeah, so really greenish, really intact map. So you don't see shell holes, you don't see destroyed buildings. It's really like you're fighting from the beginning of the of the battle.
Exactly.
Yeah,
The
same
sun
with-
is shining and everything's like really nice. There's hardly a war going on.
Yeah, the same with Flavion, that also is
Mhm.
completely intact. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Stone is really the only completely destroyed map, but that way we do have some variety. Even though all the maps are set on the same day, I think they are actually, in terms of gameplay and the forces that you can play, they are quite different.
Yeah, but Ston, for example, the Battle of Ston lasted for longer than this one. This one was only 1 day. So the destruction is also less than after the Battle of Ston, which lasted for 3 days inside the town.
Right.
At the end of the day, the village was quite heavily destroyed, though.
Right.
But it was more like burnt out than just leveled to the ground houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks good. Is there anything in the main base that we should look at, or?
Not right now. H-39 tanks will spawn there, but we already looked at that.
Yeah.
I think, you know what we should do? Just look if there's any more questions or comments, and then slowly let the stream peter out, so to speak.
Yeah. That sounds
Finally,
good.
some summerish, bright maps. Well, I mean, we do have a lot of those, actually.
Yeah, but the feeling for like early war, like the wars just started, is really there, at least
Yeah,
from
that's
my
true.
perspective.
In many ways, because everything also seems a bit more ramshackle and improvised. You know, it's not like on the Eastern Front where you have all the big guns and the streamlined, at least on the Russian side, the streamlined equipment. Here, everything is kind of still in this interwar state of we haven't figured this out quite yet.
Yeah.
Although, of course, not as bad as it was in 1914, but still.
But you have to know that we are beyond the French line of resistance. So Flavion was in Belgium, is in Belgium still. So it's not part of a defensive line, and Stone or Laon was not supposed to be part of a defensive line. So
The prepared defenses are at the border.
You don't have bunkers. You don't have a lot of stuff. It's really hastily put in place.
Somebody asked, how much time did you spend making this map? Looks so good. Well, the guy who made most of it is not on the stream right now, but Lair is known for being actually really quick with mapping, interestingly.
What is quick?
I can tell you, I've started the map like 10 years ago. I put it
Well, I mean,
in the drawer because to me it wasn't good enough and I wasn't skilled enough. And Lair said one day he wanted to do some mapping. I gave it to him. I say I started this one like some years ago. Just give a hand to that. Just try it. And 2 weeks later, he came back with a really well done map. And I said, "Oh, okay, it's your first map." And then he
really
redid
has
it from scratch again because he wasn't pleased with the topography. And like in 2-3 months, it was really good looking, and then it took like 2 years to really polish it in the details, like the lightning, some small details, etc. But
Right.
it was really done really quickly by Leia.
Yeah, and optimizing performance.
Yeah, and you really have a knack for the whole object placement thing and making everything look natural.
Yeah, it
People don't do this well on their first map or first and a half map. Where's the
stunning.
Moor S-35? Well, it's on Pegasus Bridge in the German service, but I'm afraid in 2.6 the French will not use that tank because we don't have a map where it was used. All the maps we have used different tanks. But in the future there will probably be at some point a map where this will be in French hands, I hope at least.
Yeah, you will find a S-35 in Belgium, in Anut or Gamblu, or for example in the Somme areas during the end of Folgelb and beginning of Farrot, etc.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks stunning. Great
Indeed.
work. Is this a new tree?
No, it's actually a composition by Lair.
Wow.
Wanted to depict, the kind of nest and parasite vegetation on a
I
tree.
thought about
Stunning.
that. That's really clever because
Yes.
you have these. I don't even know what they're called, but they're like parasite plants that grow in the branches of trees, probably to nab sunlight or something, without having to grow that high. Yeah, I've never thought about that, but that's a really clever way to do it.
Yes.
That's just bushes inside of a winter tree.
You're giving tricks way too much.
Clever.
That is clever.
Real good.
Isn't that plant that people use for the kissing ritual?
Mistletoe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a botanist.
Sadly.
Yeah,
Yeah, nice.
I think actually now that one, maybe before we go, one last thing we could show off is the new Polish anti-tank rifle, which is on here on the German.
On the
Ah,
German side?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fun in the German base.
yeah
German
German.
base.
a new thing. I just thought of that. We haven't shown that. Although there's more new German stuff that we haven't shown, but that's beside the point. Oh yeah, Joe is right next to it. Polish anti-tank rifle that the Germans captured and used themselves. You will also be able to use that as the Italians on some desert maps.
Right.
You're gonna shoot the plane.
It's effective.
A nice shot.
Oh, it was still. I thought it was in the air for some reason, but yeah, okay, still quite impressive.
You can see the friendly vehicle damage, hold your fire messages. That's hopefully gonna prevent some team killing in the future, or prevent. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit possible. I think in the past it was often the problem that people actually didn't notice when they didn't kill somebody. Now it's a bit more front and center with the new HUD.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, just looking... Polish, is that a possible teaser for what's to come? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
When have we ever teased anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah.
I think that's actually enough for today, unless somebody else wants to show something or has an idea.
Well, if just a heads up for after the release, if people are really interested in the history behind these maps, there will be some historical videos released about La Orgne and Ston at least, and
Great.
And also some written dev blogs. There is already two for Stone with the camos and the map making.
Yes. Sure, check those out.
One for Flavion, and there will be two for Laon. Yeah. So.
Yeah, if you really want to go into detail, check those out and check Slayer's videos out because they cover
absolutely.
even more than what we touched on here.
Yeah. How long are the videos that you've done? I saw some messages about that.
yeah, La Orgne is about half an hour, and Ston was extremely long, but I trimmed it down to almost an hour.
You trimmed it down to an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
So yeah,
Yeah.
if you do that, I'm pretty sure you can get it. You can get a college credit after watching that. So if you're interested in that, check that out.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. All right, I think that's enough. I think
Yep.
it's been an hour, so yeah. Thanks for showing me around and everybody else.
Yeah.
This will be available on the YouTube channel eventually. And hey, it didn't crash at one time, so
Hooray!
we did actually root out a lot of crash sources as well. So there's a lot of changes that aren't really that spectacular in terms of being able to show them. But I think the whole mod will be a lot more stable. Knock on wood. But yeah.
yeah.
You guys
so,
want to show Operation Mars? No.
No,
Doesn't
not
really
now.
fit with the theme, but if you're interested in that, I have content, tons of content about it on my YouTube channel, and yeah.
Yeah,
And there was also a little video about the 16 people, 16 player layer
Yeah,
already released.
Yes,
Well, yeah,
exactly.
so-
Fantastic.
But yeah, there will be 4 maps. Will come out on Friday the 13th, so next week, and see you all on the server.
Yeah, we can't
Yeah.
wait to play with you guys.
Yeah. See you all on Friday.
See you
Thank you.
Friday.
See you guys.
See you.
Bye.